Yes, guys, welcome back to Blues Fans TV. Welcome back to another live phone in. And yeah, nil-nil draw against Manchester United. Definitely not the most entertaining of games to look back on. But at the very least, maybe it was a bit more entertaining than the last time we played. I do know that is a complete trash versus garbage argument in terms of quality, but I feel like we were a lot more solid defensively. Going forward, we created way more chances than we did in the last game against United. It's just the same old problems in the final thirds that always haunt us, and we're just not clinical. And I don't know when it's going to change, but we always miss big chances, and it always happens in every single game. And it happens a couple times in this one. Giroud unlucky in the first half with that brilliant ball in from Hudson-Odoi. But there was also moments like Hakim Ziyech, who I'll give De Gea credit as well. Good save on his hand. But when you're in that sort of position, you've got to be burying those sorts of chances. Same thing with Mason Mount when he had that amazing run where he beat half the Manchester United side. It was like, if you just took the shot a bit earlier, you probably would have scored and it probably would have been 1-0. But at the very least, we'll take the fact that we didn't lose this. But this was a 6-pointer and this was a match that we needed to win a lot more than Manchester United did. But there are some positives to take. We have a couple more new fans into the AC penitentiaries. If you see Martial and Rashford's face there, there's Bruno as well, because you can't see him and we didn't really see him in the last game either. But yes, before we start and before we get the rest of our panelists in, Liverpool's just made it 2-0 as well. Now they're a point behind us, and that game on Thursday is going to be twice as more important if it wasn't already. But before we start this video, I want to say, if you guys haven't done so already, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Check out Blues Fans TV, check out Carefree Lewis G as well, my personal channel. And also, while you're down there in the description below, check out the One Football app. The link is down in the description below. The most reliable app you can get for all your football news regarding Chelsea, any team in the Premier League, your rivals, the teams in the top four that we need to be looking out for as well, and also European teams as well. If you want to take a look at the Bundesliga or anywhere else in Europe's top 5 leagues or the rest of Europe, check out the One Football app. And they also have a new transfer indicator app as well to gauge the reliability of any new transfer rumors that come up wherever you may hear them, be it Twitter, Instagram, whatever. But check out the One Football app, the most reliable football app for all your news. And yeah, let's get our first guest in. Yes, Tom, what are you saying, man?
I'm alright, bro. How are you?
I'm good. What are you saying?
Yeah, not much. It's a weird one, really. With this game today, I just think it was the same as last time. Nothing's changed, which is a real shame. Because I get chances were created, but I think the big talking point for me anyway was Ziyech's inability to be able to finish an easy chance, which I think we would have been able to see out a game at 1-0. I think that's what Tuchel's good at. He's good at seeing out games with 1-0 leads, and we've seen it before with Tottenham. I mean, obviously Tottenham weren't on form. We've seen it with Atletico Madrid, albeit Atletico Madrid didn't play amazing, but we didn't play amazing either. And I haven't seen a very, very good Chelsea performance in a long time. And this is just another game going past, and I'm going, well, when does this performance come in?
What do you get very good as, though? Because I've seen a lot of better performances over the last 6 games I've seen over the last 3 months. But what do you gauge as very good? Because if you want to say in terms of dominance and in terms of the variety of play that we have, you could say half of Lampard this season was the same thing as well, and you haven't seen it in a while. But what do you gauge it by?
It is really difficult to gauge. Atletico Madrid wasn't a good performance. That's what I don't class as a good performance. And we only got made to look good because they played awfully. I think they really didn't turn up. The best game I really think they did.
I think it was still a massive effort for us to try and break them down anyway. I get going forward because they did struggle a bit until the final 15 minutes. But defensively, they were great. Other than on the wings, where I think Thomas Lemar definitely looked massively exposed. But I think defensively they were really good in terms of their structure and also their discipline as well.
I think, yeah, I get that, but I think it's just my personal opinion. I just didn't think there was. I mean, I think Giroud, his overhead kick was great, and he was challenging the whole game. But I was expecting players like Suarez to really challenge, and he didn't. And João Felix, who's meant to be this massive star in young football, and he didn't challenge at all. And there was no.
Felix understood though, because he's still coming back from the virus, isn't he? You remember how long it took Kai Havertz? In fact, we're still waiting for Kai Havertz to come back to his best.
Yeah, and I think that there was a good performance, and I think Tuchel did really well with Atletico, but I really would have liked a little bit more if they were going to play like that, and if Atletico had turned up a little bit lackluster just to knock them out of the park. Because now we're only 1-0. We're only 1-0 in aggregate. It's an away goal, albeit. If they score, it's game on. If they turn up next time, they're top of the Liga. They're basically dominating. Like, if they turn up on the 17th of March, we are going to have a lot of problems.
Used to say they do, because our defence has only conceded one goal from open. Well, one goal that wasn't our own goal in itself since Thomas Tuchel's joined. Yeah. They've looked very confident in themselves, and then we still got to think about where Thiago Silva fits into this back three when he comes back. Atletico as well, they are top of the Liga, but recent form also doesn't show that they've been amazing right now. They've suffered massively through the virus. They've had like 5 or 6 players out. Kieran Trippier has been suspended because of that betting thing that was going on in Spain as well. So they've had a few off the field issues too. They might be back in time for that, and I think João Felix will be a lot sharper for that sort of game. But same way, I could also see them still being in bad form. It really depends on what the next few games are. We just have to keep confident in ourselves, and especially get a result against Liverpool now they're 2-0 up.
Yeah. It is a really difficult one, because I didn't know how to feel about the Atletico performance. Like, as I've said, like, I thought it wasn't great, but there's parts that you say about which were really good, and I think that if Liverpool go through this week or next week or where it is, and then PSG are top up there, if Juve don't turn up, that's Porto, that's them gone. I still think we have a very good chance of going quite far in this competition. It's just, what's the attitude of the players, and are they going to focus on league, or are they going to want to push for that Champions League title? I mean, everyone always wants to push for Champions League, but that's not Tuchel's main point. It's to save us in the league, because I think Lampard was all right. I was watching you on your own channel speaking about Lampard about an hour ago, and I was like, I understand he didn't meet his targets, albeit he got given these players, but it's like trying to chuck something at someone it's like you trying to chuck me a pair of ice skates. I've never ice skated before, and expecting me to go and like win an Olympic medal. Like, I think he had a very tough hill to climb, and I think, however, the results weren't coming in, and I think he needed to go, and it was a real shame, but I think he needed to go. And I think, given any more time, I think come games like United today, I think come games like Tottenham, I think come games like Atletico, we wouldn't be in the position where we're going, okay, we beat Tottenham 1-0, we drew with United, which, albeit the performance was a decent score. They've beaten Liverpool this year, they're giving everyone a good game, and I'm happy with a 0-0. I would have been happy with 3 points, but I'm happy with a 0-0. And then it comes to Liverpool and for Liverpool this week, and that's a game where players need to start to realise that they need to stop being scared of whoever the team is, and sort the attitude out. I was really unimpressed with Odoi against Southampton. I've been really unimpressed with Tammy recently. Well, he's been injured for the last couple of games. Well, it's been very quiet. I've been very unimpressed with those two, their attitude towards the club. And Hudson-Odoi puts in performance after performance, but his attitude towards the club and the game is just not what I expect from him as such a young talent.
Define attitude towards the club.
I don't think he's doing it for the enjoyment of football anymore. I think he's turning into that player where he's doing it. I think he wants to leave. I personally think he wants to leave. I think he wants out.
So you think so? Wait, what do you mean by he's not doing it for the enjoyment of football?
You've got players like Giroud, and you've got players like Azpilicueta, who love the club personally. Like, they're very close to the club, and I don't think Odoi's on that level of loving the club and doing it for the club. It's just I just don't think he wants to
how
leave
do
it.
you? What's your gauge on that? What gives you that feeling?
Well, it's just his. You see it on the TV screens. There's constant. There's shouting. There's arguing. Obviously, that's always in football. The Southampton game, his head was low. He got put on the subs bench. That's shit as it is. Like, playing football. If you play football yourself, you get put on the sub bench is awful for the first 45 minutes. But you come on and you make a difference to the game. You don't come on, have your head in your hands, don't turn up, and they get subbed off 20 minutes later. Like, and I don't think that's talked about enough. Like, he got subbed on and then taken straight back off for his attitude. And I think Tuchel was completely right. And if Callum doesn't want to carry on with Tuchel, or he doesn't want the club longer,
the same way, that's also what we're going to call one bad performance in 7, especially just being, as a 20-year-old, thrown straight into the starting lineup after we've all been saying that he should be getting more game time. For the most part, he's been justifying it.
Yeah. I think it's a big change for him as well, which I totally understand, because he's not had this type of game time with us before, and to get into the starting 11 all the time, it must be riding on his conscience. So there is a little bit of me that kind of goes, all right, just give him some time. But yeah, that's my opinion on him. I think he just needs to get used to really starting all the time, because he's not been used to that for a while. So
I can understand that being an impact on his form, because that is an adjustment thing. You can go from playing 90 minutes every 3 or 4 games to playing 90 minutes every game consistently for 6 or 7 games. That will have an impact on your form at some point. But I don't think it's more an attitude problem. If anything, you could say maybe you're trying to say his response off the bench isn't good enough, but then even under Frank Lampard, we had him coming off the bench. He was our most influential player at times.
I think I am taking that performance a bit, like, especially against Southampton, because that was a game we needed to turn up at. There are points we shouldn't be dropping, and we should never drop them like that, and we did. And we needed someone like Callum, as you said, he turns up off the bench, and we needed someone like Callum to start swinging the balls in like he did today. He played that beautiful cross to Giroud, and it just Giroud was unlucky. But I just don't think that he was clinical enough off the bench, which is what we all wanted. We needed him to change the game, and I shouldn't really base it off that. But there's just something that's not sitting right with me about the Chelsea team at the moment. The performances are coming in sometimes, the points are coming in. There's just something about it which is just a bit dull and a bit down, and I just kind of want it to lift. Because you look at people like City, obviously they've been like it for ages, but and West Ham as well. They just look like it's just exciting football to watch. And I wouldn't say Chelsea played exciting today, and they haven't. And it's a real shame, because I want them to play exciting football. I
understand that.
Yeah.
I get that as well, but I also understand why we're not. Because I think we are playing pragmatic football just to see out results, because we are capable of doing that. And I don't mind that, to be honest, because our season's been tanked anyway because of our poor form through December and January. Right now, it is just about getting top 4 as a minimum. I don't mind us riding that out, because I don't think next season we're going to be playing 5 at the back. I think we're going to be playing a much more free-flowing style of play. Right now, we're just playing simple. And I'll take that, because the football we've been playing before that was dreadful. And we weren't even making top 6 the way we were playing.
Yeah,
so I think now we play worse, but we play more solid and we get more results out of it. So I'll just take it.
No, of course. And I'm hoping that we can really start to now push for that top 4. And I'd love to see us in the top 4 after what we've been through. And like, even if you look at Arsenal, just like Carragher said, sometimes you just feel a lot of those teams you just feel a bit sorry for them at the moment, because they just struggle. I mean, Arsenal turned up today against Leicester, which blew my mind, surprised me out of the water. But Chelsea need to put it up a gear. One more gear, and it's exciting football. And simple, as you said, is fine at the moment. And I think today was was simple because United are a very clinical team, especially on the counter attack with players like Bruno and players like Rashford. And you let any of them get in behind you, you can see goals. But I think today against United, I just don't think we were clinical enough. And I think all Chelsea fans would say that. I just don't think there was that finishing touch. And I think that it just needed that extra gear. And I think that was a whole team thing. I don't think I could pick out individuals. I mean, I thought Rudiger played quite well today. I don't know about you, but I was watching him in the first half, and he made that darting run, which I've never seen from him before. He was strong at the back. I think he was solid overall. I've seen better performances from him, but it's better from him than I've seen, especially under Lampard, because he didn't want to. Well, there was something going on behind the scenes at Chelsea when he was there with Lampard, and that's what I've read. But you can't believe everything you read, really. And no, I'm happy with 0-0. We didn't concede, clean sheet, but we need those points, and I think today was a real kind of almost like a comma. We need to kind of reassess how it went and where we've got to go right for Liverpool, because Liverpool are going to be even more like they've got that front three, and if we don't pattern up, then they're just going to tear us a new one like they did in back in September.
Oh, raw! How did he miss that?
Is he missed?
I thought that was free. Oh, that's shameful. Yeah, go on.
No, yeah, but I think Chelsea are going to start to improve over the next few weeks. So,
how has he missed that? Yeah, Tom, thank you for jumping on anyway. It was a great chat.
Problem, bro.
I'll see you for the next game, man. You take care of you.
Bro. Bye.
Bless, man. Bless. Right, I do want to say as well to everyone who's watching, locked in, big up every single one of you guys. And if you want to get involved, join our Patreon. The link is down in the description below, and you'll be able to come on and jump on and get your say as well. We're going to get our next guest on. Yes, Alex, what are you saying, man?
Yeah, I'm all right, To be honest, Lewis, I don't think we were as bad as some people are making out. And I don't think the game was as boring as the game we played against them at Old Trafford, to be honest with you. I mean, I thought that game at Old Trafford earlier on in the season was a disgrace. I mean, you think both teams clearly play for a draw. To be honest, it looked today as if Man United played for a draw. I mean, you just look at their results against the big six teams alone, and yeah,
they just don't look confident from themselves. It's like they shut everything down when it's the big teams, and I don't blame them with the tactics, because I don't rate Ole in general, especially the fact that he's blaming the Chelsea website for that thing not getting as a penalty. Do you see that as well?
No, I heard about it. I didn't see it, but
bro, this guy's talking about fucking the Chelsea website impacting the referee's decision because he apparently said to Harry Maguire he doesn't want to be controversial. And Frank Lampard's low-key responsible for it because he's one of a few managers that have questioned the amount of penalties that United used to get in the past. It's 2 minutes of waffle, I swear down. It's just moaning a little smile at the end of it that's a bit awkward.
Well, maybe it's a bit of poetic justice when you think of the game. I understand Dave should have had a penalty.
Yeah, Dave should have had a penalty.
Well, do you know what I mean?
Fucking $1 million dream, but we're not going to talk about that. We'll talk about this one, apparently.
Yeah, but anyway, that's if that's what they're complaining about, then yeah, exactly, karma. So yeah, but they get enough penalties anyway. My honest thoughts of it were that at the first glance, Greenwood touched it first. Then I thought Hudson-Odoi touched it first, and I thought Greenwood did. I wasn't sure, but anyway, it wasn't given as a penalty. But yeah, listen, man. Again, this is what I was saying after the Atletico game on Tuesday, right? It's the same. I don't have an issue with the defense. Defensively, we look much more solid. Rudiger, I thought, was superb today. Christensen, solid as well. Again, the defense overall, solid. can't really complain. Even the midfield, moving the ball quickly, and we did break through them quite easily a lot of the time. My issue is it's not even the final third; it's the final pass. Now, this is where I think we have a problem, because I understand. I think we had 8 shots in there in the box, right? So that to me doesn't suggest we have a problem with getting into the final third. It's the final pass, and the one I understand over the whole game he had 18 attempts or whatever, but how many of them were clear cut chances? Mate, the Ziyech one, of course, and yes, it was a great save by De Gea, but he should be burying that. A player of his quality, especially when the amount of clear cut chances, I'm not talking half chances, you get overall are so few and far between. Those are the chances that win you games. And for me, he should be trying to strike that across his body, get it in the bottom right corner. But yeah, he didn't. But yeah, and the Hudson-Odoi cross to Giroud, I thought it was a brilliant ball. I don't think Giroud did anything wrong. I thought he timed his run well. I think it's just one of those things where he didn't quite get on the end of it. On another day, he does. But yeah, man, no clear cut chances. I was more. I'd say I was frustrated at the end of the game, because if you'd asked me before kickoff, right, would I take a point? I would have said definitely, because where Man United are in the table. But when you look at how the game actually went, I'm disappointed we didn't nick a 1-0, man, because I know, like, we didn't have many clear cut chances, but we had enough chances to win the game, and that's when the finishing touch is the issue. When you have 18 attempts overall and none of them end up resulting in a goal. But I thought our attitude to the game was a lot more positive than when we played at their place. We looked, I didn't really feel threatened by Man United, other than a couple of chances. Maybe that Greenwood chance was probably the only time I really felt threatened. But I thought as if we were trying to go for it. But it's just, that's all it is. It's the last touch. It's where we lack the quality. And yeah, man. Listen, if we beat Liverpool on Thursday, which I know they're 2-0 up at the moment, if we beat them on Thursday, then suddenly the result won't seem as bad as it is. However, if we get a draw or lose, then that's when you have to sort of ask questions, because that'll be possibly 2 points, maybe even a point out of a possible 6. And, although these Man United and Liverpool aren't bad teams, we need to make some ground. Yeah, we need to make
Liverpool are 1 point behind us now. If they beat us, they go above us.
Yeah. But that's how we need to make. We need to make some ground up on the teams in and around us, and I'm a bit frustrated, to be honest. I'm not angry, because I don't think we played as badly as some people are making out, and I don't think the game was that boring. But at the end of the day, we only got a point. Of course, we want all 3 points, because they did look like they were there for the taking.
What do you think needs to change? Well, that's not what do you think needs to change for us in the final third. What keeps holding us back? Because we're just never clinical, and we always keep missing these big chances every single game, and it's been consistent for years.
That's the $1 million question, Lewis. I'm afraid I don't have the answer for that. But what I will say is, I mean, I know some people are saying it's the formation and stuff. Listen, right? These same people were complaining that Lampard didn't have a pre-season to implement all his ideas. We know Tuchel's favoured formation is a 4-3-3, right? He's not just going to suddenly change it up, because although he's trying to win games, he's also trying to play it safe. He's not just going to suddenly change us to a 4-3-3. He's going to go with something which he feels is comfortable at the moment. In the summer, when he has a pre-season, next season, that's when you'll probably see the 4-3-3. But I don't actually know, to tell you the truth. I mean, I saw a bit of that thing we were talking about. When I said whichever striker we play with today, we do the opposite of what is required to suit their needs. For example, Reece James had a couple of free kicks. He's bang on the money in terms of where he's hit them, right? But you haven't got your Giroud there. We're trying to cross the ball in the air to players like Werner, even Pulisic. I think I remember doing. And then when Giroud plays, trying to play some through balls, not so much today, but in general. So I can't really answer that, to be honest, Lewis. I don't know. Maybe it's just a case of they're still getting used to it. I mean, a lot of people do forget he has only been here a month. Yes, I understand we need to get top 4. I understand time isn't really on our side at the moment. But at the same time, I'd be shocked if within a month we were seeing the finished article of Thomas Tuchel's style of play, especially with this formation. But I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna, resolve this issue other than scoring more goals. But we need to sort it out soon, man, because we've got some tough games coming up.
Yeah, in terms of Liverpool game as well, what changes would you want to see made for that game? 3 days gap, I think, between both of the fixtures.
Well, I mean, in terms of the back, well, I presume he's going to play the 3 at the back. So the defense for me stays the same. I would start Callum personally, right wing back, left wing back. This is a tough one, right? Because I don't particularly rate Chilwell, but the trouble is, I don't think Chilwell. I don't particularly rate Alonso, sorry, but I don't think Chilwell was that bad today. Now, a lot of people in the comments are going to say, "Oh, well, Chilwell's not a great defender, or he's not a great attacker, etc." I don't think Alonso is either, but I think when it comes down to being caught out of position and, dealing with the pace that Liverpool have up front, I'd rather have Chilwell playing. But I know a lot of people are going to say they'd rather Alonso. It's tough in midfield because I don't want to drop N'Golo because, I thought he did well today. I know that's going to divide a bit of opinion. I know he gave the ball away a couple of times, but other than that, I was seeing.
Yeah, other than that, he was good. But you know me, I'm always like end product first. If you lose the ball after everything you've done, then you haven't done much in general. That's just
true.
the way I view it.
Fair enough. But there was also a lot of times when he intercepted the ball, I was sort of seeing.
He did an excellent job defensively. Like, we didn't see Bruno all match. I give him credit.
Well,
for
exactly.
That.
There you go.
That's why with Kante, it's like there's positives to his game, but there's also clear negatives too right now.
Yeah, I agree. So, but he's their talisman player, and he kept him quiet. But I don't know because I want to see N'Golo, but I'm not always sure how he fits into the system. Now, that's not so much to do with Tuchel's style of play, but it's to do with who he's partnered alongside. That today, I didn't think him and Kovacic was a big issue, but in the long run, I don't see that being the most effective double pivot. I think we've seen Jovicic work much more effectively. So on that basis, I'm guessing he'll probably go with that, which I can't really argue with because that hasn't been a bad decision so far. Now we get to the forward line. This is where it gets interesting for me because Liverpool aren't going to have their strongest defense, albeit still a good team. Don't get it twisted or anything. But this is the thing: if you want Giroud to hold up the ball, then he's the best man for the job, and you got like Werner or whoever else it is running off him. But then I'm not so sure that's Giroud's type of game. I'm sort of thinking maybe you need your nippy players, but I'm not too sure, to be honest. But I wouldn't start Ziyech personally, and I'll tell you, I didn't think he was. I thought he was quite poor today. I understand in the second half. In the second half, he was a little bit better. And fair play, he did try to look for the killer pass, but sometimes you don't always have to look for the killer pass. It's the easy pass that gets things ticking. And I don't know, man. It's just too many misplaced passes. And I'm not sure. I said to you last week, a few weeks ago, even that I don't doubt his ability. From what I've seen of him before, he is a very good player. But from what I can see at his time at Chelsea so far, to me, he's a bit of a one-trick pony. Cut in on his left, play the killer pass, which I only really think works if you've got the likes of Giroud playing anyway. But yeah, to be honest, I don't really want to see him starting. Pulisic, I'm a bit 50-50 on, because I don't think he was awful when he came on today. But overall, I understand he's come back from the injury, but overall he hasn't been great this season. But then this is where it sort of gets a bit technical, because on your channel earlier, we were having this discussion about Mason Mount. Now, someone was saying that he's better in that sort of number 10 position, but it depends whether he's going with the 2-1 formation in the forward line, or he's going with the 1-2 like he was doing within the last half an hour or so. Now, I thought Mason Mount was quite good today, and I don't think we saw as much of him offensively, other than that chance he had, which was a great run, by the way. I think we saw a lot more. I thought we saw a lot more to his defensive game today, rather than offensive. Maybe he could have shot quicker, or shot the first time before he cut onto his left. But I don't think he was as bad as some people were making out. His work rate is top notch, even if what he does doesn't always come off. So I'm not really sure who he's going to put in the attacking positions, but it'll be interesting to see, to be honest with you. I don't know who you want to play, but I'd start Werner.
I think especially with the rest for Werner now, he definitely has to come into the Liverpool game. I think with how Liverpool are a pressing side as well, so there'll be pockets of space that he can try to expose too. So I do think that would work.
Yeah. I want to see Werner play, and who else? I have a feeling he might start Pulisic. I don't know.
I mean, we've seen so many random changes at this point that you're not even too far off.
Yeah, I have no idea who's going to play, to be honest. We don't know. I mean, I didn't even think Chilwell would play today. I thought it'd be Alonso, and he seems to make these surprise changes. So I have no idea. Well, I don't know what to expect as far as the lineup goes. But bottom line is, we have to get 3 points, man. I'm not taking this Liverpool team lightly, but we need to capitalize on them when they've got these many injuries. They're playing. Their defense is pretty much makeshift, man. We've got to create some chances and put the ball in the back of the net. We've got to get 3 points, man. It's probably the easiest chance we've had to win at Anfield in a long, long time. Let's be honest.
I want us to take this. Also, Timo Werner, please. This is a great opportunity to stat pad if Adrian's in goal. Let's do this. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Alisson probably won't be back for it. Obviously, all due respect to the reasons why and everything, but I don't think he'll be back in time for it.
Yeah, I don't think he will be. That's sad to hear what happened to his dad.
Of course.
Thoughts go out to him and his family and that. But I don't particularly rate Adrian. So we should be testing the keeper more. I know we like to play the sort of intricate passes around the box and whatever, but I want to see some clear cut chances, man. We don't see them often enough. It's all well and good having an attempt, a half chance. Like Callum had one today, should be doing better. Or those ones where you have 20 yards out where they're nowhere really near the goal, but they're still counted as an attempt anyway. But man. Honestly, we have to start picking up some points, because I understand some teams around us have got games in hand and whatever, and just a congested list of fixtures. It's only going to get harder as well. Obviously, we had the second leg in the Champions League. Going to have the FA Cup at some point. It's just going to be a tough rest of the season. So we really need to start picking up some points, man.
Exactly that. Well, thanks for jumping on, man. This has been another great chat. Hope to chat to you after the Liverpool game, and hopefully we're in a much better mood as well.
Yeah, hopefully, man. Take it easy, Lewis.
Take care, man. Chat to you soon. Stay safe, bro. Right, we'll move on to the next guest quickly because we have a lot of people on. Yes, Ben, what are you saying?
Yo, bro, you good?
Yeah, what are you saying, man? You good? Chat to me about today, bro.
Listen, can I join the AC Hive?
Yeah, bro,
Sign up.
tickets are still out here. Tickets are still out here, man. There's
'Cause
plenty of space. Come join.
I can't
Come
lie, I've
join.
slated him before, every tweet, but you made me see the light, bro. He was
He's
class
a
today.
beautiful player, isn't he?
Nah.
Rolls Royce of a defender, like JT said. Something
was
that I'll
class
actually
today.
back him saying.
Yeah, he was class today. Whole defense was, and but it's just the same problem, innit? We're not clinical enough. We're not scoring goals. But I've been going back and forth in my head. Like, you can take positive that it was 0-0. We didn't lose. They're higher than us in the league. Obviously, it would have been nice to win, but obviously, you can be frustrated as well. I mean, I'm more on the frustrated side because we could have scored a few goals. We got lucky with that penalty decision as well. I mean, let's be honest. If that happened with their player, I probably would have claimed penalty. However, I think it did hit Greenwood's hand as well. Did it, or am I? It did, didn't it? I think it hit both their hands.
I've seen like photos of it, and it does hit both of their hands. If it was a penalty, oh well. It's such
I
a
wouldn't.
shame that Manchester United didn't get a penalty against Chelsea. Fucking cry more into the pillows. You think I give a shit? I don't care.
About time, to be fair.
Karma
Finally.
for the last game with Maguire. I don't give a shit. I hope it was a penalty, actually. I hope it was a penalty. I really hope it was, because fuck VAR as well, because they fucked us up on so many different occasions. I don't give a shit. But go on, man.
Father. Yeah, no, yeah, like VAR, I would have said 9 times out of 10 they would have given a penalty there, especially against Chelsea. Maguire got away with so many things. It was nice to see him crying today. He was human. And Timo Werner, I want to talk about quickly. I mean, that chance near the end when Reece James put it in back post, I didn't really see the replays or anything. But he just had to get his body on it. Literally a tap it in, just don't even look. Just get your body onto that ball and then go in the back of the net. And that's what we're missing. Someone that's clinical. Like, imagine Drogba's watching the TV now, yeah? He'd be like, what's going on? Shaking his head. He would have just jumped into that ball and just put his body on the line for it. And that's what we're missing, to be honest. We need a player that can put all on the line and just get a goal for us. And Giroud today, I was expecting a bigger performance, but can't be too annoyed. He is, 34? He just had a big game against Atletico, so yeah. I don't know where Tammy was today. Was he injured?
No, Tammy, that was apparently a tactical decision, which makes me think at the very least he's going to be involved in the squad for the Liverpool game. But him being dropped out of the squad, I don't think you can take too much into account of it, because our squad's massive anyway, and there's always a big name that gets left out nearly every single game.
At the moment, I think I'm not a massive Tammy fan, but I think I'd rather Tammy come off the bench than Werner. And
I don't know at this point.
They both have their pros and cons, to be honest.
Yeah, like Tammy, I can't lie. It's just you need to get him in the right position in the box. Timo, he does a lot more in terms of his all-round game, but I get it because he needs to finish. He just needs.
I know.
Man. That's literally it when I say, because Morata could finish, but same way we never rated Morata's performance. Tammy's our top goal scorer 2 seasons straight, and there's still questions on his performance.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe he's our top goal scorer.
Game about him. It's just, please, just finish, man. I'm begging you. Eat up these chances.
Tuchel was like, I don't know if you heard it. The commentators, like Tuchel was saying, just throw yourself at the ball. And that's what I was saying as well. Just if a ball's coming in back post and you're a striker, your instinct is to just get a foot on it. Just get anything on it. Score it with your fucking, I don't know, anything. Just get your belly on it, anything. Just put some sort of contact on that ball and get it in the back of the net. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to go in. A ball like that into the box, you can touch it with anything and the ball's going in. All it needed was like a blow and it would go in. But yeah, I think Giroud would have loved that chance, but he got brought off, annoyingly. And I heard someone else saying Hudson-Odoi earlier didn't have a great performance, but I think he tried today. He just, nothing was really going. He had that shot as well on the half volley. And Mason Mount, when he was through on goal, that really pissed me off, because if Mason Mount had good finishing, he'd be in a debate with Foden and Maddison and stuff like that. But he's just below those players because of his finishing. He's got everything else. he doesn't seem to score goals. And when he was through on goal like that, beat the whole team, and couldn't finish it off. Tried to cut in and be smart with it, but yeah, we missed a lot of chances today.
Yeah, and I asked Alex the same question as well, and it was hard for us to gauge a response. But for you as well, how do we go forward about changing this? Because we haven't been clinical for years. And what is it that we just need to do differently, other than just the obvious question of just put the fucking ball in the back of the net?
Haaland. We need a striker,
That's
mate.
the answer for you, because I like that answer.
We need
There
a striker.
are a few correct answers in that, and that's one of them.
Yeah, it is a hard question, to be fair. That tactically, I don't think there's anything more we can do. I mean, we're putting the ball in the box, we're trying stuff, and it's not working. So I think it is just to get. But then at the same time, we were like, oh, Werner can solve our problems. Werner scoring this many goals for Leipzig, all this stuff. Like Havertz can solve our problems, and it just hasn't worked so far. So hopefully, Haaland is the right choice. I mean, look at him for Dortmund. He is just wrecking it up, that league. He can score from nothing. So I think he will take our team to the next step. But whether we actually get him, I'm not confident we're going to get him. But you can always hope.
I low-key think we can. It's just if we got the balls to go for him or not.
Yeah. I'll chuck every bit of money the club's got for him, and obviously Roman can help out with that, and I think he will. So I think we got the money. It's just if I think he'd rather go to City, to be honest.
50-50. It depends on who'll pay his wages. Like I could see him going to City. I could see him going to Chelsea. I couldn't see him going to anywhere else.
Yeah.
Right, any final thoughts anyway, bro?
Nah, that's it, mate. Cheers for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for jumping on, man. Chat to you next game. Bless. Again, to you guys, if you want to get involved, check out the Patreon. The link is down in the description below. We're going to get our next guest on. Yes, Jem, what are you telling me, man?
Hello.
Yeah, what are you saying?
Yeah. Not bad, bro. Not bad. What you saying, my man? Good?
I'm good. Yeah. Talk to me about the game, bro. What's your thoughts been?
I feel like we took a risk today in terms of the lineup, formation, style, the team that we had out. Hakim Ziyech was a risk taken. Mason Mount playing more on the left in my eyes. I know people saying it was like a three, sort of a 2 in the middle, and then a 1 and a 2. No, sorry, a 1 and a 2 on the attack. It just didn't work, man. It didn't work. Mason Mount and Ziyech playing off Giroud. For me, Mason Mount needs that freedom role. So if it means playing a double 2 as a double pivot, 2 6s, and then just have the 1 in front, I think that's where you see him play better. What we asked from him to do today is what we were moaning about as Chelsea fans when he was. When Lampard was doing it at the beginning of the season. I remember him doing it against Liverpool, where we was asking him to track up and down the left wing. And today, I feel like Tuchel set up to thinking that Man United were going to sit, and I think that caught us a bit because Man United didn't let us. They literally just didn't let us breathe. From when we kicked off, moving forward, they were in our faces, shutting us down, and. It was a different style of football in terms of the way Man United came out on us. I thought that, look, I ain't going to question Tuchel too much, but in terms of this game, I feel like his substitutions were what killed us. I feel like the game was there for us to win today, but I feel like he made the wrong substitutions. The Cho one, I get he was injured. He brought Reece James on, but by bringing Reece James on, it, in my eyes, kills our attacking impetus, if that makes sense. Like, he can whip a ball in, but he can't take a man on. Like, it's more of a defensive move than an attacking move in my eyes. And then you look at the Giroud thing. All right, Giroud didn't have the most greatest of games, but he was our main target man. We take him off and we bring Christian Pulisic on, and then we have no target whatsoever. So he should have just brought Timo Werner on a lot earlier as well. He left it to like near the 80th minute just to bring him on, and he was crying out at half time that he needed to come on. Other than that, I thought Kante was awesome. I thought he dominated that midfield. He really stood out. The back three, from your beloved Krusty to Rudiger to
how was AC?
Get Get this picture off, man. I can't look at this.
Welcome to
This
the
picture is sick.
AC Penitentiary, my guy.
What is
We've
this?
plenty of room.
What is all this?
These are the guys we've had locked up over the last few weeks, courtesy of the Danish Maldini. Who else?
Oh, what are you like, man? Swear. Your agenda
Keep the
runs
prop
solid.
ain't
I give
strong.
you that. It's such a strong agenda, but I love to see it. Yeah, he played well, Christensen. I can't knock him. I thought, especially in the first half, he threw himself in front of that ball a number of times.
There
He
was a lot
blocked
of
him
key
from
blocks
shooting.
in that game.
It was. Rudiger. How about Rudiger, man? And his
Rudiger
little
was excellent. Dan
Mate.
James again ragdolled for 90 minutes. It was
He's
hilarious.
shocking. Do you know what made me laugh about Rudiger when he decided to do his Messi run? He took on about 6 players.
The cross at the end of it, I couldn't even be angry with it. I was like, nah,
Hey.
fuck that. You drove that through 3 people. Fair fucking play.
Do you remember when Zuma done that? I can't remember who it was against. He got the ball and he took on everyone. He got to the end
Yeah,
and he tried to shoot. Was it Ajax? Yeah. And he
Yeah,
tried to
both
shoot.
of them.
He
If
scarred it.
anything, you say Zuma ain't good on the ball. We see moments like that, and it makes us think he's actually got something he can offer. But then there's games like the Southampton match as well.
Look, I think he kind of got it right, but he kind of didn't. I think it kind of backfired on us because in terms of that, I feel like we could have won that game today if we would have just stuck to what we were doing or have been doing the last 7 or 8 games that he's been here. Why not play Timo Werner when Man United are playing such a high line, which was unusual for them? Because we know Man United like to sit. They do like to sit and they invite pressure. They didn't today. They're in our faces. Tuchel could have made that decision a lot earlier than the 80th minute to bring on someone to run in behind them gaps. You know what I mean? Especially when you had Lindelof and Maguire pressing so high. He didn't do that. Hakim Ziyech should not have been on that pitch. I'm sorry. He was shocking. Yes, Johnny boy. He was shocking. Absolutely shocking. Bad on the ball. Kept losing it. He had that one good chance, which, okay, I might be a little bit thingier, but I feel like he could have placed that better. Like, he hit that a bit straight at him. I know it was a good save because De Gea was going the other way. Yeah, when he had the shot inside the box.
It's a bit of two. Like, I rate De Gea's effort. Ziyech still could have done better with that.
He should have placed it, bruv. If we had to do is place it in the far right corner, he was nowhere near that corner. Do you know what I mean? And there was so much space for him to do that.
Not good enough.
I don't know how serious Cho's injury is as well. If it's going to be long term yet, it's not been confirmed, is it? Which will be a big miss for us because it seems like he doesn't like playing anyone else there other than Reece James. And for me, I like Reece James, but I don't think we're getting the best out of him playing in there. Don't know what you think about it. I haven't seen him really thrive playing in this position. It's just not his game.
He hasn't looked as comfortable, but I still think he can adjust to it. I think this is just another one where we have to be a bit patient with Reece. He's had good games there before. I think he bossed him in the Cup semi-final last season when we played him at right wing back too. Maybe a few other games I can't really outright name right now, but I think he can adjust to that formation.
Yeah, potentially. Maybe we do need to. And as with Tuchel as well, this is why I said I'm not going to be hard on him. But today there were question marks, and the question marks for me were the starting lineup and the substitutions. In my eyes, they were the 2 question marks for me. And I just think he should have left Giroud on. We should have had a Giroud on through that whole game. And then he should have took Ziyech off and just thrown Werner on and brought Mount back into the middle just to play that sort of freedom role. Just what we've been doing, what we did against Atletico. We just looked a lot more. I know we're not creating enough and we're not clinical enough, but we look more potent in that style of football because it allows Werner to have that freedom to make runs off Giroud. We didn't have that. We didn't really. You can't even moan at Giroud much today because we didn't really give him any opportunities other than that one with Cho, which, to be honest, was a beautiful ball, and he was just inches off with his head, didn't it, to put it in the top corner. It's just one of the ones where we've just got to take it on the chin. You look at it in the long run, that 1 point might be very important. I think I agree with what Alex said in terms of the Liverpool game's a big one because, if we win that, then we look at this game and say, well, hang on, we actually gained a point. The fixtures that we've got or had since Atletico onwards, Atletico, Man United, Liverpool, Everton and Leeds is gruesome in many ways. Not Leeds as much, but Everton won't be easy. Liverpool, even though they're poor, are at home. We've got to turn up, bruv. We can't, if we play like we did today against Liverpool, it'll be the same issue. We won't beat them. I'm telling you now. We just won't.
What lineup would you want to see for the Liverpool game then? In mind,
the problem we got is Cho. That's a real big problem. I would play exactly the same team as we played against Atletico Madrid. Obviously, we haven't got Cho, which means he's probably going to look at Reece James, who I wouldn't play. You know, I'd actually maybe look to maybe just throw Christian Pulisic in, potentially. Or, I don't know, maybe even give Havertz a go.
I'd want to see Havertz get a run out, but I also don't know if he's fully sharp yet. He didn't even come off the bench today, did he?
He didn't even come off the bench. He's not even playing him, and I don't even know why as well, because I think Havertz is got the opportunity. I think he will become a top quality player at Chelsea. I've seen enough of him in Germany, but he seems like Tuchel's treading carefully with him at the moment for whatever reasons. You know, Kante and Kovacic, a lot of people moan about that not working in the long run, but they were good today. They played well together, especially Kante. He was just intercepting everything. Bruno, where was he? Was he even on the pitch? Was he even playing that game? You know,
good.
Bruno disappeared. Rashford was non-existent, other than the Greenwood. It was a Greenwood chance, I think, where he was inside.
Had one off chance, and that was it.
I think
other than that, Rashford was locked up. Bruno, you can see it was locked up as well because I don't have his photo on here. Just like he was in the game, invisible. But that was the whole Manchester United attack. I give Kante credit, but there was still question marks with Kante as well, in my opinion, because it was just too many turnovers compared to what we have when we see Jorginho and Kovacic play together.
Yeah, but do you think having Jorginho in this game today that there would have been a different outcome?
I feel like there might have been a bit better forward passes. But other than that, like I don't want to complain too much about the midfield because I think Kante had a good game as well. I think there's just a question mark as well on his overall performance. But defensively, he was excellent. It's just the end product. And to me, I look at end product a lot only because that's literally the final bit of your play, isn't it? You can do everything amazing up to it, but if you lose the ball afterwards, you've lost the ball, and now we've got to deal with a counter-attack.
We're just not clinical enough. That's the issue. I know I've heard so many people come in here and say as well, we ain't. People say we're not clinical, and I heard you sort of ask the question, why? What is the reason? What are we doing wrong? We haven't been in a very long time. You're right, we haven't been in such a long time. And I know it sounds really stupid when I say this, but I actually think it's the creativity element of it. I don't think we create. I don't think we have a natural creator playing off the front two. When you look at Hakim Ziyech, who was brought in to do that job, and he's not performing, then you know who else is there? Havertz is not playing. Mason Mount for me is an all-rounded gifted player, but his creativity element is just not his strengths. You know, Callum Hudson-Odoi creates from the wing. Christian Pulisic is very direct with the ball. He's not a creative player. He likes playing off people. Where's the creative player like the Bruno of Man United in that team? There isn't, you know, and that might be why we're not creating. Yeah, we do whip balls in.
That's why I feel like we need a Kai Havertz, because I was watching the Atletico game. So many pockets of space in the middle and just no one inside there. And I know that's where Havertz would be roaming.
Potentially. But is Havertz a creator or is he more of an SS, a striker, someone that's going to arrive in the box like a bit of a Michael Ballack back in the day? And do you know what I mean? He wasn't the most creative Michael Ballack, but he used to arrive in the box and finish off the created chances, if that makes sense more so.
Yeah, but I still see with his link up with Werner, he'd be the one finding him too. Or in the case of whoever... Who do we had Ziyech though. That's the thing. We didn't really have anyone in the front three that would make those runs in behind.
But who? Yeah, exactly. We have Ziyech. Ziyech is not doing Ziyech at the moment. That's the problem.
Ziyech isn't meant to be making the runs in behind. Mason Mount's too busy a bit deeper up in the pitch to be doing that in general, and Giroud isn't going to make those runs.
Yeah, but what is Ziyech's strengths? Right? What is it he was doing at Ajax and was top of his league in assists? Was he creating? Yeah, he's not doing it here at the moment. And if we can't get the best out of him, because for me, he's the one who should be the creative spark within our team. He's the one that you saw at the beginning of the season when he was in and out of the team, was creating, playing balls over the top, getting on the end of it. I remember one game where we were just scoring for fun, and it was just him that was creating all of the goals that we scored. And like, where's that gone? What I'm saying is we don't have anyone else like him that can do that, which gives us more chances in front of goal. And I think that's where the issue is. And not just that, we're always looking to score this perfect goal. We need to shoot more.
That's the thing. We do
don't-
need to pull the trigger a lot more than we usually do.
We overcomplicate every opportunity that we got instead of just just a natural instinct bang. And yeah, maybe a Haaland is the answer. Maybe he will, having him in the team, that will just naturally come with him. But I don't know. We've got enough quality there to be beating Man United today, and I feel like we should be upset with ourselves more than anything because we could have played. I think we played okay, but in terms of the final third, I think we were both toothless. But I think the reason we were toothless is because certain individuals, in my eyes, should have been starting and they wasn't. And we just moved, all right, we gained a point. He hasn't lost again. He's only conceded, two goals in 9 games now, Tuchel, since he's been here. One of them being Rudiger. We can't moan too much. We're going to Liverpool and we've got to win it, bro. We've got to go in and we've got to win. We've got to grow that gap because I think it's a point now, isn't it? A point off us, or are they 2?
A point off us.
Yeah, a point off us.
They go ahead of us.
It's just added pressure that we didn't need. And I know Man United's not an easy game just to say that we should go and win it. But I do think they were there for the taking, and I just don't think we played to our strengths today in many ways. So it is what it is, my man. It is what it is. But Christensen played well, mate. I'll give you that one. I'll let you have it this time. Christensen was good. Again,
I know we'll be back though whenever Christensen has his first mistake though, so I'll be ready for you. But thanks for
see you later, mate. Take care.
Take care, bro. Have a good night.
And you, man. Bye.
Bless. Again, guys, if you want to get involved, check out the link down in the description below. Also, check out CFC Gem. That's Gem's channel as well. And let's get the next guest on. Pablo, what are you saying, bro?
Yes, right, Lewis. How you doing?
We're good. We're good. What's everyone saying? You good?
Yeah, a little bit like the past results, not quite like the Southampton one because obviously Man U are a better team than Southampton, but same sort of thing in the terms of I'm not gutted, but it's just a little bit of an opportunity missed. I think we would all agree. But you know what? It's like people have been saying if they gave us that result before the game, we would have taken it. So, I don't think you can ask for too much. We've got to take it game at a time. I think the main issue with this draw is here. I think as an individual result, it's not actually a bad one. I think drawing to Man U is not bad at all, especially the 0-0. I thought we controlled the game. I thought we were smart tactically. I was massively impressed with the back three. I thought Christensen and Rudiger were maybe our best players. It's just because we drew to Southampton and now we've got Liverpool away and then we've got Everton. And then you start thinking, well, hang on a minute. Yeah, today's result isn't bad, but out of these 4 games I've just listed there, how many points are we actually going to end up with? That's my issue with what we're seeing right now. But as an individual game, I wasn't that unimpressed actually. I thought it was decent from Chelsea. I quite like us tactically under Tuchel. I think we were all saying under Lampard, look, we're not good enough tactically. We're a bit of a mess. We're just this cross and inshallah stuff. All of these jokes we came up with, and under Tuchel, I actually think we're quite smart tactically. I quite like the 3 at the back. I think it actually suits Chelsea's characteristics quite well as a team. And we saw that in the 16-17 season. Obviously, we haven't been the same since then. I know we used it in the season after as well. And even then we won an FA Cup. So I think it actually does suit us quite well, especially for a load of the players we've got in the side. So yeah, I think it was decent from Chelsea today. It's just a little bit of a frustrating result again to come into a big game where you're looking to see, right, can Chelsea push on and can we get the 3 points? Can we make a statement? Because if we'd won today, that would have been huge, wouldn't it? But it's a little bit frustrating, but it's another one where we're just in the balance. We don't know whether to be happy or sad or not.
Yeah, that's the thing. I look at it as like it's 1 point gained and we stopped Manchester United, but they've also it's more like United have taken 2 points from us. Yeah. They didn't need this win as much as we did. They're 6 points ahead of us. They're now still 6 points ahead of us. If anything, the pressure's more on us and it's more on Leicester City now. Leicester City lost. We've drawn. Liverpool's now a point behind us. Everything's getting tighter.
Yeah. You look around the top 4, and that is the issue. That's what I mean by if we do keep drawing these games, we've already seen the teams catching us. Spurs won again today. Everton have got 2 games in hand on us. Liverpool are now a point behind us, and we're playing them at Anfield next. West Ham are still above us, aren't they? So, look, you got Leicester who are still above us as well. I still think Leicester are going to lose a few more games. They've also got massive injury issues right now. But look, a lot of teams are in contention for top 4, and you do get the feeling we need to get one of these big games over the line. So I'm looking at the Everton and the Liverpool games, and I'm looking for kind of 4 points minimum. I think if we can go to Liverpool and avoid defeat, it'll feel a bit like today where we're frustrated and we're annoyed, but it's kind of got to that stage of the season now where we just got to do our jobs for top four. So you go to Anfield, you get a point, you make sure you don't lose the game, and then you see if you can beat Everton, and then we've got a more favourable run after these couple of games. But it's just games like today where we're hoping, can we get a big 3 points? And it doesn't look like we're quite there right now. I think that's definitely down to our attack, which has just been an issue all season long again, man. And I think we were kind of hoping that changed this season with all the players we brought in, and it just hasn't. It's just been the same as last season, where we're hoping that Giroud can get us a goal like we were after lockdown. So I think that's the irritating thing, isn't it? That's kind of where we're at right now with our attack. But yeah.
All right. Well, moving on to the Liverpool game, then, what changes do you want to see for that sort of match, or do you want to see a similar lineup to this game?
I think we'll see. I think I'd like to see a relatively similar one. It's always hard to predict what Tuchel's going to go for. He could put anyone out, because you look at some of the players on the bench today. People like Kai Havertz haven't even started. I wonder whether Havertz will get a start. I think there's been a bit of talk about him. Maybe we could do with a player like him in the side. I think Havertz is someone who could come in. Other than that, though, I think the back three should probably stay the same. You make a good point about Thiago Silva. I just don't know when we introduce him back in. I think that back three for me has been so good. So I don't know when he's going to decide. Yeah, right. Let's put Thiago Silva back in. Wing back, obviously, he can put Alonso in instead of Chilwell. I thought Chilwell had a good game today, though. Right wing back, obviously, Reece James will play now if Hudson-Odoi is injured. In midfield, do we bring Jorginho back in? Maybe we do. He's obviously got to make that decision
I think Jovic definitely has to be in for this sort of game.
Yeah, you think
Kante to death in that match, and I wouldn't be confident about it.
Yeah, Anfield. Yeah,
you see the pass accuracy for the first half. I think Kovacic had 98%, but Kante had 65%.
Yeah,
that's why I'm a bit worried about Kante. Like, I take everything into account. He had a great game defensively, and he pocketed Bruno Fernandes. Same way, there's still soft Aberdeen in his performance that gives me a bit of a question mark over his overall ability, because it's a two-man midfield.
That's what we always said about Kante, isn't it? And I remember when we were playing a 4-3-3 earlier in the season, you always said, I always agreed, that Kante in the lone pivot, when teams who come onto us, he's not the guy who can move the ball quickly. And Sarri always got loads of stick for that in his first season, putting Jorginho there because he knew he could get us out of the press. And I think Kante, we saw that, what was it, when he was on the edge of his own penalty area in the first half, and he just dinks it into Fred. He can lose the ball in those sorts of areas, but out of possession, Kante today was so good. And that's the thing with Kante, isn't it? In the ball, he's definitely not the best player, and Jorginho and Kovacic, for me, works way better in possession, but out of possession, there's no one better in world football winning that ball back like Kante. He's ridiculously good at it. And then for me, it's all about that front three. Where are we going to get goals from? I feel like we're kind of just hobbling through matches right now, aren't we? We're never really clear in games where we've just battered aside. We're kind of just hoping we get like scrappy goals out of nowhere through Olivier Giroud, or like a wonder goal that we got midweek, which was fine against Atletico. But I'm talking about against other sides who we can actually score more than one goal against. We just look a little bit dead in attack. Like, I never watch us and think, yeah, we're going to run over a side today. And that's been annoying, because it was all about, I remember in the summer, we were all thinking Pulisic on the left, Ziyech on the right, and then Havertz in behind Werner. And we were thinking, there we go. We wanted goals last season. Well, there you fucking go, because that's like one of the best front fours in Europe, isn't it, on paper? And it's kind of like now we're setting up and, three of those guys were benched today. And that's been the case for a load of games in a row now. We're starting and two or three of those guys are on the bench. So I think that's where our attacking issues come from. That Mount obviously has to start. I think Werner will start. And then it's, who else did he put in? Maybe he'll put Pulisic in. I think he could play something like Mount, Werner, Pulisic against Liverpool. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that.
Mount, Pulisic and Werner?
Yeah.
Yes, actually. The more I think about it, I feel like that'd be the lineup we'd have to expect for that game anyway. I don't see Ziyech going back in.
Yeah, exactly.
Hudson-Odoi, would you see him playing as a right wing back, or would you see Reece James playing?
I think he's going to play James. But we just need the news on the injury. Obviously, we'll find that out tomorrow or Tuesday. But I imagine it'll be James. So that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, so other than that, the back three stays the same for you as well.
I think so. It's kind of like the point, when are we going to bring Thiago Silva back in? And I'm not really sure, to be honest, but I don't think we can't cut that up. It's playing so well. It's one of the best defenses we've seen in a while for the string of games, in my opinion. It looks so solid back there. Christensen's anticipation today, the way he was stepping out of defence was excellent. I thought Rudiger was so good today as well, and Aspilicueta did his job defensively. So, yeah, I mean, I would keep it the same. I would. It's maybe a little bit of a risk, and I think if we lose to Anfield and Thiago Silva's bench, then there's going to be an uproar on Twitter. But what can Tuchel do? Can he really cut out that defence after it's played so well? I'm not so sure. So, yeah.
All right. Well, any final thoughts, bro?
Final thoughts are looking at the next two games, and I'm just looking to see if we can get 4 points. Basically, is my goal now for the next two games. We got to take it game at a time, definitely. But that Liverpool one on Thursday, I agree we need to go and win, but I think we know they're going to turn up. It's going to be at Anfield. They're going to come for us. I think they're going to have a good performance, and if we can avoid defeat, I'll be happy. And then it's about Everton and the other games, and those are the ones for me we have to win. So look, let's draw when we need to, and let's win when we need to. That's the way I'm seeing it right now. And it's like last season at top four. You got to do your jobs in each games and just tick the boxes basically. And that's kind of the place we're at right now. Hopefully next season we can have a reset and actually push for something properly. But for now, we've got to do our jobs, and we've got hard games, so we just got to do what we need in them.
All right. Well, Pablo, again, it's been great chatting to you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for jumping on. We'll chat to you for the next game against Liverpool, bro. Take care of yourself.
Cheers, Lewis. See you guys.
Bless, man. Bless. Right. We have a lot of guests in, so I will keep it short and sweet and just move straight on to our next guy. Ryan, what are you telling me, man?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All good.
I'm not too pleased with the performance and with the result, to be fair, man. I feel like we could have won. We probably should have won, man. I think it's just the same old story, man. I think our defense was excellent. Kante was excellent at winning the ball back. A bit shaky in possession. The wing backs were good as well. Hudson-Odoi and Reece James. And Shaw as well, but we were just so toothless, man, in the attacking. It annoyed me, man. I feel like we definitely should have and could have won in it. Like I get what's it called. We had a really good defensive performance in terms of quieting down Bruno and Rashford and James and everything. But I think attacking we could have been a lot better. And I think if we did, you get me? I think we definitely should have won, man. I think I really wanted to win this game.
Right, say that again. Like the connection was a bit muffled.
What I think we just said should have definitely won this game, man. And I think I really wanted to win this game, and I just think in the final third, I just think sometimes it's the final third, sometimes it's the clinical ability, sometimes it's the final ball, but it's always something to do with the final third. You get me? So I just think it's the same old story always under Tuchel. I mean, good possession, good ball retention, like really impressive, especially in the first half getting the ball back. But I think we really need to fix up in the final third, man. I don't know how.
What were your thoughts on Manchester United's performance if we get an opposition analysis point of view? What were your thoughts?
I don't really think they did much. I mean, I got to give them credit in it because they did press us in the first half, which kind of surprised me because I thought they'd sit back. So I thought it was a perfect game for Giroud and Ziyech. But they left space in behind as well that our players couldn't really exploit. And yeah, I think they were very toothless in attack because our defense was just so good, and we only had that one chance, which was the McTominay chance. But defensively, they were all right. They were all right. They weren't special because we were terrible. We weren't good in the final third, but I think they were defensively they were pretty solid, and attackingly they didn't really give us a threat, and they never looked like they wanted to win. They always looked like they came to Stamford Bridge for a draw.
Yeah, I did more or less expected it from them as well. And the only problem with that was now it's just we've lost 2 more points in the race for top 4, especially against a rival, because realistically United aren't title contenders, they're top 4 contenders. They're just in the best shape right now, in the best position in terms of points. But this was a big chance for us to take 3 points off them, and we've kind of let it slip out of our hands, only through some moments where we should have been clinical.
Yeah, but I don't know how to fix it, man. I think definitely getting Haaland will fix. But for now, I don't know. I just feel like in the final third, you don't have players with instinct. You just want to shoot. Like Mason Mount, he was like 5 yards away from goal. He cut back in. I'm just thinking toe poke it or something, or hit with your left foot and you try and square it across the box. Ziyech as well, I just feel like he tried to place it, or he tried to go safe, and I'm just thinking, put your foot through it, to the right, and then yeah, Timo Werner as well when he had that cross to him where he really should have attacked it better against Lindelof. So I don't know, I just feel like it's a collective team problem. There's something wrong with us in the final third and making clear cut chances, because we're making half chances, but we're not making clear cut chances that we're thinking, yeah, you have to score. Like it's not possible for you to not score. You get me, but yeah, I think the positives were definitely the defense. Like your guy Victor Lindelof was not Victor Lindelof Christensen.
Oh my gosh, you really mistook Christensen for Lindelof. Next guest, please. No, I'm joking. What are you saying?
No. Why did I say Lindelof? I think it's because I was speaking about Werner before in it, but Christensen was solid, Rudiger was solid. I just think the defense was solid. Kante was really solid out of possession. Like he stopped so many counter attacks and his retrieving of the ball was good. But it's always frustrating with Kante because he always does that and then he always turns over possession or his passing isn't as good. But I think like getting the ball back is really good. And I think if he keeps this up, I just think if we get a perfect DM for him as well, I think it could be really good for us, man. Because Kante, I think he's probably the best at getting the ball back and retrieving the ball and tackling and defending. As a DM, you get me. But yeah, that's all really I got to say. Like the Liverpool game, I'm not gonna give. I don't know who you really should play, but I just want to see Timo Werner play, and that's all I'm saying. Because I think the space they're leaving behind is what Werner will need. So I just think Werner has to play that game, and yeah, we just need to. And yeah, we'll just see, man. We'll see.
All right, well, Ryan, thanks for jumping on, man. Everyone, if you want to check out his channel, it's literally the name Ryan Sars. Anything else you want to plug, bro?
No. That's just my YT, Ryan Sars. So yeah, I'll follow you there.
All right, well, thanks for jumping on, man. Take care, bro.
Take care.
Oh shit, he just disappeared as well. There he is. Yes, Zion, what are you saying, bro?
What are you saying, Lewis? How you doing, man?
I'm good. Just getting through the show and everything. Everything's good. Just it's making me feel a bit more relaxed about the game. I'm still a bit annoyed about the fact that we've dropped 2 points in a scenario where we realistically should have taken 3 from United, but there are positives to take from it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we started off for the first 10 minutes great. I mean, we were pressing, we were getting the ball, we were hungry, we wanted to move the ball around a lot. But I think United got back in the game around near the first half at the end, and yeah, I think. But in the second half, we came out again, great, better than United again. To be honest with you, we bossed the second half, in my opinion. I mean, I think United had their few chances, but to be honest with you, most of the chances were coming from us. We had 15 attempts, I think, or plus more on goal, and obviously 8 or more were on target. But yeah, like I said, it's just the end product, isn't it? Really, it's about getting the goals and finishing games off. We just can't do that at the moment. I'm sorry, but I think most people said Tammy should have started this game if he was injured. If not, even though, because obviously with Maguire and Lindelof, you need that mobility. Get around them and all that kind of stuff. And Ziyech, pulling the strings and doing that killer pass to Abraham. But I think even with Tammy, I just don't think we would have got a goal anyway. It looked like as soon as we got to the final third, I said, you know what, it's not going to happen anyway. What's the point? That's why we need to go in for a striker, in my opinion. I think that's a must because the goals aren't going to come at this rate. At this rate, we're just going to look like if we go into next season the same, front three or whatever, it's going to be the same. I'm just sorry, we're not going to get. We're not going to score goals, and we're just going to finish games either draws or losses. So yeah, I mean, a few positives, obviously. So happy to see Kante start today, but obviously, like I said, brilliant at winning the ball back, but his passing, it's gone down a bit in my opinion. He's not a great passer of the ball, and that's why obviously Jorginho really does. That's his quality of getting those long balls up, to like the likes of Giroud or like some of that Werner and Pulisic or anything like that. And I mean, to be honest with you, really, it didn't feel like the first game at Old Trafford. It weren't boring. It was entertaining. Of like both teams wanted to go for it, but I knew in the second half United were going to just sit back and just hit us on the counter because that's what they do, really, to be honest. So very, very gutted that we didn't get all 3 points because I think we were pushing, near the end to get that goal, but I just knew it. Even we got to the final third, it wasn't going to happen in the first place anyway.
Yeah, the biggest issue is that we need to get a clinical finisher in the summer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Haaland obviously is the main priority, I think. I mean,
we have the opportunity to get him as well. Like, we can do it if we have the balls for it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Mino did say, like his agent, there's 4 clubs in England that can get him. Only, referring to Liverpool, Chelsea, United and City. And I don't think City are going to pay 100 million for Haaland. Let's get that straight. They're not going to do that. Unless they are really, really, into it. And, Haaland even said, he said, if he wants to move to a club for a 5-year contract, he wants to, have 300,000 a week. He wants to have a lot of money. He wants to, secure his future. So I think we got to go in for him. I'm sorry. I mean, I think we are like 2 pieces away. I think 2 or 3 pieces away of winning the title. And that's what I'm saying.
Genuinely just that.
Yeah, I think if we get like a world-class centre-back, a world-class striker, and probably like even a goalkeeper, in my opinion, or like a midfielder that can lead, for example, I'm just saying we could then challenge definitely next season. But it's just the thing is, will Chelsea do that? I don't know because we obviously had a huge spend injury last season, last summer and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, obviously most signs are saying that we could go for him, but wherever Dortmund say we just got to pay, we just got to give because we need that kind of player. Because I think imagine Haaland today, all those chances that the likes of Giroud or Werner had, he would have finished them. He would have been mobility. Maguire and Lindelof wouldn't be able to handle him. We could have seen like 3-4 goals from him. So it's just we just lack that end product and that final third, which obviously has been throughout this entire season. And like I said, now this game we wanted 3 points, we didn't get. Now the next game against Liverpool, which is Thursday night, that's a must-win in my opinion. I think if we can't beat Liverpool, I don't think we'll beat Everton because it's just. I mean,
then our confidence will just tank from there.
Yeah, I mean, because not only they'll overtake us, but then we're going to be losing West Ham as well in sight. I mean, obviously today we had the opportunity to overtake West Ham because they lost to City, and it's frustrating. But also you understand you got to be patient. But we're at the business end of the season now. We've got to start picking on maximum points because if we don't, we're not going to get top 4 at this rate. So yeah, it's a huge worry for the final third, but we got to bounce back against Liverpool, in my opinion.
Exactly that. And a final question: what lineup would you want to see for the Liverpool game?
Well, obviously Hudson-Odoi. We don't know if he's, I think he got injured, so I think he probably will be out for that game. Obviously Reece James came on. I think he did all right. His delivery is just world class. I mean, it's just his free kicks. I mean, today, if Giroud wasn't taken off and he was at the end of those, easily hat-trick or easy double goal for, Olivier Giroud, because that's his speciality. So it's just, obviously I'd love to see, Reece James will probably be back in there. I really enjoyed Chilwell today. I think he was brilliant defensively. Obviously, really, he didn't have that much defensive stuff to do, but he was driving forward again. So I don't know. I think we might see Alonso back though. I'm guessing because he was rested today. But I'd like to see Chilwell back again, in my opinion, because that will suit. Because the Liverpool, obviously, with their wingers, with Mane and Salah, you need to control them with defensive, fullbacks as well, not just attacking. So I think Chilwell would definitely be useful in that game because Alonso, I don't trust him when it comes to defensive error. He's got an error written all over him when it comes to defense. So, and obviously I'd love to see Kovacic and Jorginho back as well now because obviously Jorginho was rested, so I'm guessing he will be back. I don't know, maybe not. And front three, Werner's got to start, in my opinion, against Liverpool, because if we're starting Giroud, you got to start Werner, because the link-up play between them two is brilliant, and obviously Werner can get around the centre backs, and also we got to take Liverpool's defensive, whatever they've got frailties to advantage. Also their goalkeeper as well, who obviously I'll send his family all the thing recovery wishes and all that kind of stuff. It's it's very sad.
It's
what
really
happened.
sad what's happened to him.
Yeah. So obviously taking all that out of context, but if Adrian's in goal, mate, Werner's got to have a field day. I'm sorry. If you can't score past Adrian, then I don't think you'll be able to score past any goalkeeper, because the guy's got mistakes written all over him. So yeah, Werner, I think I'd like to see Pulisic start, in my opinion, get him a bit of run of games, get him back to fitness. But the only issue I have with Pulisic is he going to remain fit? If he does have a good game against Liverpool, will he be fit for Everton? I think injuries have just, pretty much destroyed his season this season. I mean, last season, he was at the end of the season, was one of our best players of the season, in my opinion. The FA Cup game, that final against Arsenal, obviously with picking up that injury, I think ever since then, he just hasn't remained fit. So, yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, and Ziyech again, I think I would like to see him, but I think the only issue with Ziyech is he doesn't like using his right foot. I just don't know why. I think his left foot is whenever I see him play, he always wants to move the ball to his left foot so he can whip a ball in. I mean, I know another guy. His left foot is just brilliant, but he's got to use his right foot as well, because I mean, to be honest with you, the guy just, as soon as sometimes you get frustrated with him, because when he holds up the ball too long before to get it on his left foot, he loses the ball straight away. So I think he got to take his chance as well with his right foot. But I think he had a better second half than the first half. I think, to be honest with you, I don't even see him in the first half, to be honest. So probably give him a game as well. I mean, I don't know. I think he'll probably choose, in my opinion, probably Pulisic, or even the likes of Hudson-Odoi is out. So I don't know. But we've got Havertz. I think he needs to start as well. He needs to get some run of games, because today I think him in a false nine would have surprised United. I think if we had played him in a false nine, he would have surprised, because I don't think United would have expected that. So I don't know. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see what the lineup comes up on, Thursday night, and just hope for a win. That's all we can hope for. I don't care who's in the lineup. We just got to hope for the W. We got to get that W in all 3 points, because if we don't, it's gonna be a long season ahead.
Definitely, man. Any final thoughts, bro, before we move on?
No, not really. I mean, like I said, it was just it was a good game, of like all content from both teams, but it's just obviously both teams, I think, really their defenses or goalkeepers, I think, didn't have a lot to do. I mean, Ziyech obviously with that shot, and Giroud, with the first half with the header. I mean, if those two go in, we'll be talking saying something different else here. We'll be talking about, a massive win here against, United. So yeah, nothing else, man. We just got to focus on Liverpool next, and then Everton. So 2 tough games, and then we got Atletico, I think, as well. Then so yeah, it doesn't get easier now. So like I said, we're in the business end of the season now. We've got to get the job done if we want to get top 4. Simple as.
Definitely, man. Well, thank you for jumping on, Zion. It's always
no problem, man. No problem, man.
See you for the next game.
Definitely. See you later, man.
Take care, bro. Bless. Next guest, Fata. What are you saying, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Apart from that boring game to watch, man. But honestly, I think I'm gonna echo what everyone said earlier about the fact that I just think, again, the first half there's some reminiscent from Atletico Madrid that we're still lacking that final passes, and we're still giving the ball away a couple of times in that first half. And I think we're a bit panicking on the way that United set up in that first half. I just think that, again, with United, I think I expected that United were going to be more defensive setup wise, but I never thought that they were going to go for it in that first half. And I just think that we're too panicking in the first half. We make too many mistakes, and I just think that we've been criticizing a lot about the end product and that. And I just think the first half, again, the end product hasn't there yet. And again, man, I don't want to highlight a single person, but I just think like Ziyech again. Like, everybody has been talking about Hakim Ziyech being poor recently. I just think again he's been non-existent so far, and the fact that he's not in his level yet. But I just think that again, man, he is so poor today.
Yeah, I think it's just sharpness with him, and we do need to be patient. But the thing is, he's 27 years old, so you can only be patient to a certain point with this guy.
But here's the thing, like if he let's just say like if he makes that quality passes inside the box, I think we wouldn't be having this conversation in the first place. I think the problem being is the fact that he's been cursing with injuries and that, and the fact that again, man, with Ziyech and that, I just think that he's not being consistent player so far this season. I just think that we should give this guy time. Literally, like some people are already like moaning about throw Ziyech out of the door and that, and the fact that I understand some people are frustrated with Ziyech, and I understand what some people are expecting from Ziyech, but I just think again, his first season, you gotta give him a time. I mean. Not gonna lie, I think not only him though. To be fair, that has been poor so far because I think Werner as well in the second half, and you got asking some question as well regarding substitution, and the fact that why did Tuchel bring on Werner for 10 minutes to go when United who never played so much higher on the pitch before all season long, and today's showcase the fact that Timo Werner has been lacking quality though, and I just think again, man. The substitution as well, Werner is kind of questionable. Like Pulisic as well, like he hasn't get many impacts towards the game. But other than that, man, I just think defensive-wise we look solid, we look composed. Christensen again has been one of the players that has been underappreciated so far this season and has been immense. And look at him. You've been hyping him for about a few weeks now, and not gonna lie, he has been improved under Tuchel. Not only him. Rudiger as well. Give the massive hats to Rudiger as well because I think those two partnership has been immense so far, and it's going to create a lot of headache for Tuchel in terms of lineup selection come to the next game. Because what happens to Thiago Silva if he's coming back? Is he going to sacrifice one of those two to put Thiago Silva back into the mix? You never know, do you?
I'm not sure. Like Thiago Silva, low-key, if he ain't 100% for the Liverpool match, don't play him. Don't need to right now.
Yeah, don't need to. No, don't need to be fair. Like, I think for the last couple of weeks, he's been coming back off training, but I just think we just need to see the upcoming game so far. I think we facing the Liverpool and Everton tough side, and also not only that, the fact that we got Leeds as well. I just think that we need to slot him. Maybe not on those three games because we also got Atletico on the second leg, and the fact that the game is coming in thick and fast, and the last thing that we need is another injury. I just think we don't necessarily need him for the next three games because I think Rudiger Christensen partnership has been immense. So yeah, man, I just think we just need to slot him for the Atletico game because I think the Atletico game is much more important compared to the league games and that.
Yeah, Thiago Silva we can bring back slowly.
Yeah.
So I don't, and he'll also have to understand with the way the three centre backs are playing, it will be hard for him to get back into the team initially because if we do this thing where we're playing players on merit, none of those back three deserves to be dropped right now because they're all playing excellently.
Yeah, slowly. I think this is what we've been. Criticizing on the Lampard and the fact that in the past with Lampard we're always trying to rush people coming back. What happens after that? Another injury coming. He's gonna be out for long. And then what I like about Tuchel, like his timing he's a perfectionist, and his timing as well. Like if you look at Thiago Silva, I think he's 36 years old. Like. I just think like he can be in this club for a long time if he utilize him in a proper way.
Yeah, I agree with that. We don't have to use him every game in and out as a result of that.
Yeah.
No, any other final thoughts, bro?
Not gonna lie, man. I just think that when I saw that Hudson-Odoi coming off the bench, I just think like, oh shit, is it gonna be another injury in that? But in terms of maybe substitution wise, I would put Reece James in ahead of Hakim Ziyech, and then you can put Hudson-Odoi as a advanced right wing role or left wing role. Who knows? I just think again, man. We've been lacking the final third since Tuchel came in, and we've spoken about this in multiple times during podcast after podcast after podcast, and the fact that I hate to keep repeating myself over again. I just think again, people haven't said. I think a couple of people haven't said this. We're still lacking qualities inside the final third. We're still lacking that final passes and product and that. And I just think again, it's gonna be another struggle again if we up against Liverpool, and the fact that Liverpool haven't got their centre back. On paper, we should have killed this game in a quick fashion. But with us struggling on attacking wise, I'm not sure. I would love to see Kai Havertz coming back, though. To be fair, in my defense, I think Kai Havertz. I think this game's screaming for Kai Havertz's game because we missing his creativity and the fact that we've been calling out Kai Havertz playing as a false nine, and like why don't we get a chance to see that?
I don't know. I feel like with Kai Havertz, we're trying to bring him back into the side slowly, which I'm cool with, but I do think we miss him in games like this.
To be fair, today, man, like if I were Tuchel, I would bring on Kai Havertz as early as I could, just to see the link up between him and Werner, and just to test it out. But it's his decision, man. I'm not gonna criticize him over it. But I think if you look at the bigger picture, it's a 1 point. But on a long run term, is it gonna be costly? You never know. We'll find out at the end of the season.
Yeah, we will have to find out at the end of the season. But Fata, thanks for jumping on, bro. It's been great to chat. You take care, bro. You have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Bless, bro. Bless. Again, to everyone asking if you want to get involved, join the Patreon. The link is down in the description below. We'll get our next guest on. Ellie, what are you saying, bro?
How are you, Lewis?
I'm good. What are your thoughts on the game today, bro?
Frustrating. Like always, the final third's our problem. Defense was very good. Andres Christensen, Danish Maldini pocketed Fernandez and Rashford, so that's great. Here we go.
Any opportunity I get, I'm dropping that. I can't lie.
He's been great, and I was hearing a fan talking, and he was like, "Oh, we need a world-class centre back. If Christensen keeps on playing like that, then we got him."
I mean, I've already said he's a diamond in the rough, in my opinion. I'm not going to sit here and advocate that he has to start every single game, especially in a back two, but he is capable of performances like this, and he can do it consistently.
Now, that's the problem. The back two is very iffy for Christensen. Giroud, man, he's too inconsistent. Like he has a great game against Atleti. He scores the winner, and I'm sorry I didn't call. I was having my radio show.
Yeah, that's cool. No
and today he was poor. That big chance when he hit his back in the post, he should have scored that. Look, Lewis, we are playing very well, and I think we are one step away from being as good as the likes of Man City and Bayern. We just need one more thing, and that's Haaland.
Everyone's saying it as well.
We get Haaland, we'll challenge Man City next season. We'll challenge for the Champions League next season. But the problem is we need to finish in the top four. If we don't, Haaland will not join us. He's not going to come and play Europa League football. So
he isn't.
So we got to finish in the top four first, and then next season, give Tuchel time. Summer, preseason, transfer window, and then next season, let's go. Let's go challenge for the league.
All right. Well, what are your thoughts on the Liverpool game as well?
Big game. Liverpool won today against Sheffield.
Yeah, now they're a point behind
Anfield
us.
too. It's a tough game because I can tell you, oh, we'll keep a clean sheet, but are we gonna score? I don't know. That's the problem. Like, I'll go for a 1-0 Chelsea win, but I don't know who's gonna score.
Neither do I, but we've got so many players that can chip in with a goal. We just need a few of them to start turning up.
And to be fair, Pulisic's been poor all season, but he came on today against Man United, and I thought he was not back to his best, but he played well. He tried. So that's positive. And Jorginho has to start against Liverpool. Like, I really like Kante, but Jorginho is my guy. So
Yeah, Jorginho and Kovacic, again, even with this performance, it shows how much we missed our understanding of each other. Because it's more like two individuals we see playing.
exactly. It's not, look, even Jorginho and Kante together won't work. It's the Jovetic thing that's working. But
exactly that.
Look, against Liverpool, we'll see if it's 2 dropped points or a point gained.
What are you hoping to see differently from the Liverpool game, except the obvious put the ball in the back of the net?
I'm thinking like who should start as a striker, but I'll start Timo Werner as a striker. I know Timo Werner hasn't been great, but like Tammy Abraham was poor against Southampton, and Giroud was poor today.
Yeah.
So why not get Timo Werner to try his luck, start him as a striker, as a number 9 against Liverpool, because Liverpool are not going to defend. Liverpool are not going to play like Man United or like Atletico. They're going to come, and especially it's at Anfield, they're going to come and attack the game. So Timo Werner's pace is going to be very crucial for the Liverpool game.
Yeah, this feels like one of the games where we could get the best out of Timo Werner, and a big game like this as well. I'd really hope for one in this sort of match.
Imagine like Timo Werner scores the winning goal and we beat Liverpool at Anfield. That'll be a great day.
That'll be an amazing day. Any final thoughts, bro?
Not really. Just let's beat Liverpool, get back to winning ways. I just want to say one thing, Lewis. Please, if you guys can check out my YouTube channel, my Facebook page. I have to say it because I'm a radio show.
Go for it.
Yeah, it's just Eli, the Chelsea fan. So check it out and let me know what you guys think.
Yeah, check out what was it? Eli, the Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
Check out Eli, the Chelsea fan, guys. Check it out. Like and subscribe, bro. Thank you for jumping on, man. We'll chat to you on Thursday.
Yeah, I'll 100% be here.
Take care, man. Have a good night. Again, do you want to say to anyone who wants to get involved, Patreon, link down in the description below. Come on and have your say. Next guest, Johnny, what are you saying, my guy?
Yes, Lewis. You good? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. We had a long conversation on the live review, so I won't ask you to go through too much, but chat to me about your thoughts on the game anyway.
Yeah. I just thought I'd have just a quick one. Just running, like listening to everyone's calls and that. I feel like, I feel like we need like a few, average teams to play against just to get our front three to kick on. But we're getting like these horrible fixtures, and I just I just feel like it's just nothing's going right for them. I do worry about the final third. I do get why Havertz isn't being played. It's like Tuchel's really sort of being cautious with him, and I get that. But I think like he's got to play him against Liverpool. I think you just got to give him a go. Play him as a false 9, Werner on the left, and then play Mount. That's what I'd do. I'd have them 3. And see how you get on, and then you've got a Giroud on the bench or whatever to change the dynamics if need be. But defense-wise, awesome. Like Christensen's having, it's just ironic what we've been saying, and he's just getting better and better by each game. And the guy made a good point. Does Thiago Silva get in the side right now? He's got to
Based
walk
on
in.
merit,
Yeah,
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Like
I
he'll
know.
get back into the lineup eventually, but if you're doing it based on merit, why does anyone in that back three get dropped?
I know, and that's madness because we're talking about Thiago Silva, who's been arguably our best defender.
But this also shows why, in my opinion, our centre backs aren't as bad as people make them out to be.
Yeah, I think I've got to like apologise for some of my comments on Rudiger because he did have a good game today and he has been good. So like shout out to Uncle Tony for actually doing some putting in some real shifts and actually commanding it. I respect him for that. So he's due credit. But I just feel like I think if you were talking like five weeks ago, you would have taken a point here. So it's not too bad. Like I do feel a bit deflated. I ain't gonna lie. And I feel like we just had enough to just nick that game, but it just didn't come. I'm actually more the way I look at it. Yeah, Lewis. See what you think. If you had if to change the game today, I saw it as you either take Kante out and you put Jorginho, but then you risk exposed like letting loose Bruno because Bruno was quiet all game because of Kante. So would you have made that move if you wanted like last 15 minutes to go for it and you just switch Kante with Jorginho, get that pivot that's working really well, and then maybe stick on like Havertz and just have a go. Like, but I don't know. He just didn't want to do it. He didn't favour it, did he? Would you have done something like
that? Stick Kai Havertz in and bring Jorginho on.
Yeah. So that basically, I feel like taking Kante off would have obviously defensively would be a little bit more open. I'm not going to lie, but at the same time, going forward, it might have benefited us with the speed of the ball and the passing to actually create like.
It might have. We would have
urgency.
had a better end product as well. Jorginho would have found a lot of players quicker with his forward passing and his strength of pass too. And plus, he's just quicker in terms of his thinking and shit. So I would have
his brain. Yeah.
Him on. Kai Havertz would have just been interesting, but I think in the final 15 minutes, I don't know if he would have had enough time to have any impact as well. Like with him, I think he'll be a lot slower, getting him back to full speed.
Yeah. I fancy Werner for Liverpool, you know.
Yeah, so
they wanted
I
him.
really
they
do.
wanted him, and they didn't get him. And he's had a drought. And this could be. I just don't want to be Charity FC, Lou, man. Like I don't want to go to Liverpool
get their
and then,
result game.
Yeah, and then they start going on this like run, and I that's what I'm worried about. Like if I'm going to be, thinking in a negative way, I always try and be positive, but. I just don't want that to happen. It's happened with Arsenal. I don't want it to happen with Liverpool because I like to keep them where they are now. I'm enjoying that. I can't lie.
Same, exactly that.
But yeah, man, all good. I'm positive though. Like I reckon we just go and have a go. And Reece James is going to play. I think for sure. I think he will play. And Haaland all day. Go Haaland. All out for Haaland, man.
Well, any final thoughts, bro?
No, I'm good, man. You do your thing, and thanks for having me on. First time on, actually. So yeah,
thanks for jumping on, man. Hope to see you on soon.
Yeah. See you soon, man. All right.
Take care, man. Bless.
Bye.
Oh, we got a little donation from Zion. Thanks for the donation, mates. Thanks for having me on. AC was phenomenal again. Love to hear it. Rudiger had Dan James running around him. Not the result we wanted, but we got to beat Liverpool on Thursday. Now, always respect, man. Love, man. Appreciate that. Again, if you guys want to get involved, check out the Patreon link down in the description below and check out the OneFootball app if you're there as well. Get our next guest on, Rajib. What are you saying, my guy?
Not much, chilling, man. How about you? How you good?
I'm good. Sorry about the wait. We've had a lot of guys on here, but still,
let me know.
Don't
worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine, man.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on the game anyway, bro?
I think from today's game, I I'm not really surprised from the result. I'll be honest with you. It kind of surprised me with United's start when they came out today. Well, as we all were speaking about today, I never thought United would actually sit back today. I actually thought they might come at us, and they actually did. Especially in the final end of the part of the game, they did press at us. But today, I think that I'll give credit where it's due. And come on, Lewis, you know yourself as much as you like Christensen. My guy, quality today, man. Absolute star today. I don't know how much I can say, especially after the Quetta as well. Rudiger, my days, quality.
Dan
Not
James
much credit I can give him, really. He had him. He had the lot. And my guy, yeah, was like, think you want to step up? Let's go, man. One of the players, I can't remember who it was, he was just going face on. Like, he wants to have a cut go at Rudiger. Don't underestimate Rudiger. And that run he did, oh my God, was it the first 15 minutes? I remember. Just taking 5 players on. My days, this rings of Zuma against Ajax. Give me that moment. I thought, fuck, shoot, man, shoot. But no, I think it was all right. I think the game was okay. I think, you know what? There were some moments where I just think, like, Giroud could. I don't think people are saying start Abraham. I personally think if Abraham started, it would open up the game even more. And as good as United can be on the counter attack, I just think from the lineup it was today, that was on. I think it was all right. But the only thing I can say is, I personally think from the left-hand side, I think we definitely missed Alonso. Because you think about it, they might have Rashford, yes, but he hardly did anything today. Rashford. Even Greenwood, he had like one shot and then that's it. They weren't getting the service because Kante was just on Bruno's case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just think they could have just. I think personally, just should have started Alonso. Alonso was a bit more forward thinking, whereas Chilwell, and I've seen Chilwell today. No disrespect to the player. I think he's a very good player, Chilwell. I just think as a back 5, I just don't see him that, especially James. Somebody's telling me them two are not like a standard wing back kind of players. They're mostly suited in a 4, but like to go forward in a back 4. I just don't see that with Reece James and Chilwell, unfortunately, under Tuchel. Maybe you can't adjust the system. You might have that opinion, Lewis, but I just don't see it happening. And I think because today the amount of balls Chilwell could have done, playing it more forward, running with the ball, he should have. My days, he missed few chances and few moments where he just could have done even more. But no, he just went backwards. Got the ball near the flank, went backwards, and then he just hope across. And it's like it just tells you what kind of a player he is. Really, it's frustrating. Really.
Yeah, there was some frustrations in the game, but at the very least, I'll take it that we've still managed to keep our shape sorted. I still see improvements in the squad. It's just the final third is where there still isn't a lot of improvements.
Yeah, I think that's the issue that's going to happen for a long time. I don't know. I think personally, even if we get Haaland, yeah, I think we will. I might be negative here. I'm just saying the real straight up reality, harsh reality as it is here. But I just think personally, the same thing happened. Even if we get Haaland, yes, Haaland will pull out something out the good, as much as good as he is, but he needs the service. If he's not going to get the service, what's the point getting a world-class striker? What's the point? You know what I'm saying? We said that.
Good with Chelsea. This game, I think, was because Jorginho weren't in the side.
I think personally, it was a right lineup playing Kante and Kovacic, because if Jorginho played, he would have had a nightmare. If anything, the game would be even more open. And then United would have, gosh knows, I don't know what would happen. It would have ended up completely different if Jorginho started. No disrespect to Jorginho's form, but I just think tactically, he definitely picked the right lineup. Kante did play good today, but again, I said it in a few videos as well. Kante is just not that forward-thinking midfielder. Off the ball, he's good, but on the ball, there's no spark. There's just nothing you can think of. If Kante was with the ball and we were on the counter, given the ball, and when we had our flanks wide open, I will not be surprised if the transfer just goes just like that. Because it's happened so many times when we play Kante. Whereas Jovic, on the other hand, Yeah, forward thinking. It's like two-man Parker running on the pitch. Well,
Yeah,
it's one of them, really.
that's where we struggled with. Oh, what were
Yeah,
your thoughts
therefore.
on the game?
What's that?
What were your thoughts on the Liverpool game, my guy?
I think Liverpool will be. It's going to be quite interesting for Liverpool game. Personally, I would definitely start Werner because I think this will be in his career as a Chelsea player whether we'll see the real. Maybe I'm not saying the real Werner, but the Werner we've been crying for a long time. But I think for the lineup, I would definitely stay with keep the back three, start Mendy. I'll say on the right wing back, if he plays a back five, I don't think he'll play back four. For the back five, I just think he'll likely play James because depending on the Callum situation, again with having our history with players rushing out from injury, and you know what I mean, don't you, Lewis? When players get rushed out from injury and they play again, they get injured again. So I just think rushing Callum, especially a game like Liverpool, it's a bit risky, really. I wouldn't mind if he started James. Left, I would play Alonso. I might get a bit stickier. You might disagree. You might go at me, by all means. But I just think we should play Alonso. If we need that 3 points, play Alonso. Chilwell is just not a wing back. If you're gonna tell Chilwell to play in the back five, just tell him to defend like he did today. He did the right thing. He did here and then, balls in. But other than that, I just don't see anything from Chilwell in the back five. So I will play Alonso on left wing back. It will be risky because obviously they got pace, but you have to remember this Liverpool team is not the same Liverpool team that we've known last year. You know that yourself, Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same team, and they're in an injury crisis. And they've got Alisson's injured, and already they've got Adrian. Yes, they got 3 points today, but we gotta think. You know what? If the game's gonna open up a bit more, we're gonna take the hit, man. We gotta think. You know what? We got a chance here. We're gonna have to, and they're gonna play on the high line as well. So this is where I say in the middle park, I'll definitely start with Jovic and Jorginho and Kovacic, and I say in front of him, I would definitely play Mount, Pusic, and Werner. Ziyech today, oh my God, I don't know what to say, Lewis. He is awful. I don't know what it is, but Lewis, would you agree he's probably Lampard's best player? Along with Mount, under Lampard.
Under Lampard, it was definitely Mount. Reece James as well for a bit, but then Lampard started playing him when he was injured.
I don't know what it is. He is just rusty with the ball. Absolutely rusty. So, like, we're on the front foot. He just messes it up in the middle of the park. I don't know. It's going to take a long time till we get the actual Ziyech we know from Ajax. You know, the one player that we thought he'll, deliver. And this was kind of his moment when he started. I personally didn't want him to start, personally. I wanted to just come off the bench, last 10-minute ones. But it is what it is. Again, I wouldn't mind if he start Pusic, though, Mount. And then, of course, Werner up top. You know what, though? Maybe I would start Kai Havertz. Maybe as a false nine. I won't be surprised if he does that. Because, obviously, there's something going on behind the scenes that he's trying to do with Kai Havertz. It could be that, really, because you can't just keep a player in the sideline for that long and then all of a sudden you're not gonna play him. He must be doing something to Kai Havertz, surely. He maybe got something in mind.
I'm a patient one with Kai Havertz. I don't mind too much.
Yeah. I know what you mean, but we gotta slowly get him back into gotta get it back in one way or the other, man. And personally, he'd probably be a better player than Ziyech, surely. I don't know. Would you agree with that?
Who? Havertz? Yeah, Havertz over Ziyech. Yeah, clear. By miles.
Clearly, day and night. As much as Havertz has not been the best, I would definitely, if it comes to the point he has to play Havertz, Mount and Werner, or Havertz, Mount, Giroud, or even Havertz, Mount, Abraham, I would definitely do that. You know what I mean? As long as it goes to plan. But I would definitely play Werner up top, though, because it is a high. They're gonna get Liverpool will not stop. Again, they might be in an injury crisis, but they will always stick to the same tactic: high line press, Jürgen press, counter press, press, over and over. And that is just not going to change. So, with the minute Liverpool do that, they will be very open up. Obviously, the only players I would look out for is obviously Mane, Wijnaldum, and of course Thiago. Thiago is a hit and miss, really. I don't know what's going on with Thiago at the minute, but we'll have to wait and see what it finds out. But therefore, I'll just bear that in mind. But other than that, just gotta hope we get 3 points. Now, and of course, we gotta just take a game by game now, because I really wanted to win today. I honestly wanted the 3 points today. Because again, this would the I don't know. It's complicated, really. Very, very hard to say. And as much as I love Thomas Tuchel's form at the minute with us lot, I don't know, Lewis, but top 4 might be of a challenge, really.
Top 4, it will be a bit of a challenge, but we'll be able to get through it.
Yeah. Again, challenge, but you just got to hope every team drops points, really. Starting with Leicester, and then, of course, West Ham.
Yeah, but it will happen. I don't see any reason why they won't drop points. It's the same thing as this entire season.
Yeah, well, there is that. Yeah, that's true. You could say that, but just got to hope for the best.
All right, well, any final thoughts, bro?
Not really, no, Lewis.
All right, well, Rajiv, thanks for jumping on. We'll chat to you for the next game, bro. Take care.
No worries, bro. No worries, bro. See you then.
Bless. Right, again, we have a few more guests and then we'll wrap up. But if you guys do want to get involved as well, there's still time to join the Patreon in the description below and get involved. So drop it in and get involved. Tyrese, what are you saying, my guy?
Yo, buddy, you can hear me?
Yeah. You sound clear. Chat to me about the game, bro.
Yeah, I actually like the performance. Obviously, I don't really like the result. I would have probably wanted better for the team. Obviously, because it's Manchester United, you always want to win against those sort of teams, and plus our situation with the top 4. But the performance, I like the performance. We played well, but there's one thing that it just needs to improve in the final third, man. It's just so frustrating that these chances are coming in front of us and they were not putting them at the back of the net. Ziyech, I know that was a really good save by De Gea, but you got to be finishing that if you're deemed as a world class player, man. And Giroud, that was a good ball.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Go
on. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah, as I was saying, we need to go and just like work on our finishing, man. I think Tuchel needs to do that in training more, because we just are just a little clueless when we're in front the goal, man. Like, we create the chances and everything, but there's just no one there to finish it, man. That is so frustrating. It's so frustrating, man. We need to honestly concentrate on our next fixture, sorry. But today wasn't the worst of performances. Man. We played well. We defended really well. I think we defended well. We played well. We did everything we could have done to keep Manchester United quiet. But to me, right, I'm gonna have to be completely honest with you, bro. Like, Man United is really poor, man. They are really bad, man. Like we should have gotten a result from this game, because how poor that team is, big man. Like, that team just isn't it, man. I don't even know how they're second. I think that's a false illusion, to be honest. But they're so terrible, bro. Like I sat down and just watched them. They're just so, it's just so terrible, bro. Like, they can't even put the string together, like 5 passes to make an attack. And that's why I think that we were in that first half, we were cutting through them like a hot knife through butter, bro. And with that, if we're doing all that pretty stuff, we need to be finishing our chances. And we need a clinical forward, man. That's why I think the answer to that would be Haaland. I also do think that we need to go in the market and get a midfielder that could create like Cesc Fabregas type chances. We need that sort of player back at Chelsea. We haven't replaced him properly. I've always been saying this. We haven't replaced Fabregas up to this day. And we just need to to just be more clinical, and that's why I'm a bit. I don't even know, man. Like that's why I'm critical of. That's the only thing I'm critical of the team, because today I thought we defended excellent. Big up the Danish Maldini again. This is another solid performance, and then probably now on Thursday, if Thiago Silva isn't back, we could put Salah and Mane into that penitentiary cage right there. So
Yeah, I'm really hoping I can dash a few Liverpool players in there just for
yeah, for sure. But yeah, fantastic performance by Christensen. My man, the match, to be honest. He looks so good in the back three, man. Like
we don't need to rush Thiago Silva back. That's the way I'm feeling about this.
Yeah, I mean, Thiago Silva's played a lot of minutes, and this is coming down to the crunch time in the season. He can't play all these games, so maybe play the Danish Maldini against Liverpool, because Liverpool is gonna press you like that's a high intensity game, and Liverpool are gonna press you. And I don't know if his legs and if it's based on his age, if it would be great to rush him back into a Liverpool game like that. I think he should sit out for the Liverpool game because he's still injured. He should sit out for that Liverpool game, and then we could probably rush or push him for Everton or maybe Leeds. But yeah, bro, like the Danish Maldini for sure. He was a brick wall today. Fantastic performance. Like, he read the game so well. Like every single thing, Man United tried. He was all over them. That's the thing. That's what I like about our players. So we defended today, because Man United is so predictable with their touches and the little pocket spaces they like to get themselves into and hurt you. We always had a man there to cut that out, bro. And that's why I think we were so dominant today. We were fantastic defensively, bro. Like moving forward, we did well enough. But like, bro, we gotta be better in that final third. And I need to discuss this to some Chelsea fans, yeah. Stop with the N'Golo Kante passing stats slander. Kante was never a good passer with the ball, so I don't get why everyone is so reactionary about that. No, he was never a good passer, bro. We all know this. Like, this is 5 years now. Kante's been at the club. Do you think he was ever a good passer of the ball at Lewis? To be honest,
Who, Kante?
Yeah.
He's had some good passes in him, but it's not consistent enough. So no.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. He's not a great passer of the ball, but he does have those special type of passes in his locker every once in a while. But he's not a Cesc Fabregas, man. But one thing I have to do some more research on, because I was a bit too young to watch him, and that's Makelele. I don't know if you watched him when he was in his earlier days at Chelsea, but was he good on the ball?
Who?
Makelele.
Yeah. Makelele was great on the ball.
Yeah, I was too young to.
Makelele was that his finishing was just laughably bad. But even then, he still smacked a volley 35 yards on the half volley into the back of the net against Spurs.
Crazy. Yeah, I know about that goal for sure, but I didn't get to watch Makelele. I was a bit too young for that, but for sure, yeah, I can't be so critical on Kante, because to me he was never good on the ball either way. So like anyone criticizing his passing, I don't really have a problem with, because like I just think what I have a problem with is it's a bit of a surprise to people now in big 2021 that they still think that Kante is a good passer of the ball. He never was to me. He was always great at retrieving tackles. His energy is what was needed in the team. He's just so good, man. And today I think that he helped us out a lot in that first half. The second half, he didn't really have that much to do to me. In the first half, he was immense. Kovacic, I think this was probably one of his least effective games, but I think he still played fairly well. Mason Mount, listen, I love Mason Mount. I think he's a great player. Like, I honestly do know. I see now why we must be playing Mason Mount every game. His energy is so great. He could get himself out of tight spaces so well, and just with all these maneuvers and stuff. But one thing he must improve is his decision making. It is absolutely shocking, bro. It's absolutely shocking, bro. But the thing is that I'm not going to be critical of him with his decision making, because he's young, and like I saw Mason Greenwood today. His decision making at times today wasn't great either. He's another young player. I've seen a lot of young players in a different system, as in opposed to Pep Guardiola's system, when their decision making isn't on point. So that's why, to me, when Mount reaches like 24, when he reaches about 23, 24, he should have that decision making up to scratch. But for right now, he needs to improve on that. But other than that, I think he played well, bro. Fantastic performance by him today. Ziyech, man, like I understand what people are coming from with his performance today, but to me, I don't even think he was like awful. I don't think it was that bad. I think he should have honestly been doing better. But I don't know. Like it was just a weird game because I didn't really see him creating anything. I saw Mount trying to create more chances than him, and that's weird to me. So I don't know, man. And like I just don't. I'd never want to see Mount and Ziyech together in that same space because it's great to have those two quality players in those positions, but you also need players that is very direct, like a Pulisic or a Timo Werner that's gonna be making those direct runs and cause you trouble, bro. And it wasn't a great mix by Tuchel today to play both of them. But I think Ziyech was okay. I think he got one shot on target. He created the most chances for the team. He did everything. He did everything. But to me, yes, he should be doing better for sure. 100%. He should be doing better. Giroud, in all fairness, he didn't really get that much service. I think I am being harsh, but I think he should have done better with that show across, to be honest. But he didn't really offer that much to the game. Against Liverpool coming up now, I wouldn't play Giroud because they play a high line and Timo Werner will be more suited to that game. So only thing I can think about right now is that what I have to tell fans, there's nothing wrong with appreciating good defending. We defended so well today. You don't always have to score a lot of goals and win games. You can't win every game. You can't win every 38 games. You can't do it. You gotta win some, you gotta draw some, you gotta lose some. At least we didn't lose today. And I didn't think we were gonna lose today because United did absolutely nothing. And I personally believe we should have scored with that Ziyech chance. We should have scored with actual chance and that Mount chance as well. So apart from that, it was a poor game that United displayed to me, and it's like me growing up, yeah, Lewis. I watched so much great United versus Chelsea games, like with Juan Mata and Shirley and all these boys like scoring against United, and like I just grew up watching all these guys, and like just this quality of United, the quality of that game was so poor, to be honest. But I think we defended really well. We kept the clean sheet. Moving forward, as I said, we got to improve in the final third, and that final pass as well. We need to work on that, but I don't even think that's something that we could work on because I think you need to be a great ball playing player to release a great final ball. That's why I think we need to go in the market and still get another creative midfield to sit next to kind of that kid, that like a Joshua Kimmich type of player. Like I would really love like a Joshua Kimmich type of player to come to Chelsea. I know we would never get Joshua Kimmich, but a player similar to him that could sit and break the lines really well. But other than that, bro, I think we defended well. We played well. We were the better team than United. We should have finished our food. That's all I have to say, bro.
Damn right, bro. Well, any final thoughts, my guy?
Yeah. Moving on to Liverpool. The thing is, yeah, every time Liverpool is not in, like Liverpool looks beatable, and we go and play them. Like this has been happening for years, and we go and play them. Like, they just find somehow to just shithouse them in, man. I just don't know, man. But I saw them play today. For sure, their centre back could be got at. Like 100%, they could be got at. So Timo Werner against that high line, I think it's just simple maths. You have to play him. So yeah, once we could defend like the way we did today and how we've been defending so far underneath Tuchel, I think we could go in there and probably get the result. I'm not looking for anything pretty like a 2-0 or a 3-0. I'm probably looking for like a 1-0 from a penalty or a 1-0 from one good chance in the game because I think our finishing is still quite poor. But one thing before I go, yeah, I forgot to say this. I don't think if you noticed this, but we look way more fluid I don't know if it's because United wasn't pressing us in the first half. Like for the first opening 5-10 minutes, I think United looked like they were out of ideas. They didn't know what they were doing. We were all over them, bro. We were moving the ball so quickly, getting forward, we were defending so well. We looked so sharp. it faded away a little bit in the later stage of the first half. But in the second half, we picked it back up and then we got one or two chances. But I think that I didn't see that in the other games, that we were moving the ball quickly, but not as quick. Today it was just so fluent. I don't know if you realized that in the opening minutes, because I know you have a couple guests to go on, but I don't know. That's my last question for you. Did you realize a difference in the way we were moving the ball in the early stage of the game, like the first 10, 15 minutes?
Difference from what? The Southampton game to this one?
All of them, all of the games that we played on Tuchel so far, and compared to the first couple of minutes, because we were all over them.
We were still trying to make passes through the middle, but I just thought the final ball was lacking a little bit. Most of our play was trying to come down from the right-hand side, but we struggled with that because United like to try and play from the left-hand side, which has meant that we were very compressed in the middle. I thought there was lots of areas in the pitch where there was like 7-8 bodies in there.
Yeah, and I realized that part.
There'd be a massive amount of space above. That's what I was noticing early into the game.
They were really solid through that middle. But yeah, bro, thanks for having me on, bro. And up the show. Just hold on. We just gotta hold the faith and just hope we can make top four. We're still in Champions League. We're still in the FA Cup. Who knows? We could probably do a double. Who knows?
Definitely, man.
Up the shells, bro.
On, bro.
Yeah, bro.
All right, take care. You have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Blessed, bro. Blessed. Well, there was meant to be a final guest, but they've disappeared as well. So I think I'm going to end the phone in here. Yeah, we've been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes. So yeah, I hope you lot have enjoyed this phone in. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of the comments. Let us know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Blues Fans TV. Check out Carefree Lewis G as well. We're going to be doing a breakdown review tomorrow as well. I might be getting Flawless and Aaron on from United, but I'll let you know. You'll see it when I schedule the thing out in a few hours. But check it out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care, and we will see you for the next